Alright, so I just finished watching Fireworks from a producer of the worldwide sensation Your Name, which I actually really like and actually saw some resemblance from Your Name to Fireworks. Um, I'm surprised I didn't hear much about this movie prior to watching it. Overall, I really enjoy it. It was fun to watch. There were a few things that irritated me about the movie, which I'll explain in a bit. Um, the film was not rated according to this box, um, but it is recommended for audiences age 13 and up. And I definitely see why. It's only about 91 minutes, so an hour and a half. Pretty short film. Um, what really irritated me about this film, which I think it didn't have to include, which pretty much the how do I say it? Somewhat fan service or the the sexual kind of like jokes that they had, whether it's towards the teacher's cleavage. There's a part where they were saying A, B, C, D, and referring to the size of her cleavage, talking about taking pictures of her panties and those boys joking around. Kind of not needed, and some of the shots and scenes were kind of like close ups of women's parts in particular. Um, so that part I don't think was necessarily needed for this film. Didn't add too much to it. Um, all in all, aside from that, there were a lot of things that were just visually very captivating. According to Gloria Daniels Moss from Hey You Guys, the film was stunning. Fireworks would capture your heart. And there's definitely a big part of it where it was just so beautifully drawn and animated. Um, you see resemblance from this movie to other films um, from the producers of Your Name made. Very beautifully drawn characters. Storyline music was just very well directed and flowing. Uh, it had a dreamy like feel throughout the whole movie, and at times I was wondering, is this a dream or is this reality? The description goes as follows: From the producer of Your Name comes a beautifully animated teenage drama with a sci-fi twist. Shy Norimichi and fast-talking Yusuke are both enraptured by the same elusive classmate Nazuna. And Norimichi has a very Deku Naruto kind of vibe to it, while Yusuke has a kind of like a Sasuke kind of vibe to it as well, from the animation. But Nazuna, the main character girl, unhappy over her mother's decision to remarry and leave their countryside town, plans to run away and has secretly chosen Norimichi to accompany her. When things don't go as planned, Norimichi discovers that a glowing, multicolored ball found in the sea has the power to reset the clock and give them a second chance to be together. But each reset adds new complications and takes them farther and farther away from the real world until they risk losing sight of reality altogether. So this is a part where I think was very sci-fi and very like fun to watch. Throughout the film, Norimichi, the male protagonist, keep asking, "What if? What if this changes? What if that changes?" At the end, one of the main themes is, even if today is the only day I spend with you, with Nazuna, he wants to spend with her, and professing his love towards her, and vice versa. That was probably one of the most touching part about this whole film. It reminds me once again the theme of living the moment, of not worrying about the future or the past too much, and just being together. That part was very sweet and endearing as I watched it, and the music towards the end of the second art was just very fun to watch and very sweet and touching as well. There was a lot of characters that were throughout the film, such as the teacher, Miss Miruya, um, the boys that were together, and they always talk about fireworks, whether it was round or flat. And the theme of the fireworks was coming up throughout the film, as different realities captures a round, kind of like fireworks, and some reality captured as a flat, and it was very dramatically explained throughout the film. As at the end of the film, it turned out to be round. Um, so I don't think that was really the point, whether it's round or flat, but it's more about the reality of it was just so ever changingly shifted. Um, but the love between these two star lovers was just so real and connected. At the end, I just kind of like lost touch of what was reality and what was real, what was not real. It was just beautifully drawn and animated and filmed. The two characters were just so beautifully connected. The scenery of the waters was just so magical and bright. Um, at times, I just forgot what the movie was all about at the end, and just simply enjoyed the fact that they were together. Um, and if you need an ending, explain that. Ending didn't quite make sense to me. When Norimichi seems to not be in class, it made me wonder: is he with Nazuna the whole time? I don't know. And if you really look at this and kind of like looking at it from a very dark perspective, I wonder if these two teenagers just escaped or kind of like, you know, took off somehow. Anyways, if you just look at the film as it is and just enjoy the aesthetics of it and somewhat too sci-fi twist kind of situation with me, you enjoy for what it is, and also you recognize the Nasuna's character and her struggles being in a family where mom is has a kind of like unstable marriage and not feeling very loved, so to speak. Um, Anyways, the reality of how things keep changing and what if this happened, what if that happened, that part was really intriguing. And I know a lot of these films has to do with like crossing paths with different realities, and it's fun to watch. It does make a lot of sense, but all in all, it intrigued me. I watched the whole film without stopping, and for an hour and a half film, it was fun. And I believe this was made in 2017, so pretty relatively new movie. Um, we'll highly recommend it for people who can look past the pervy side of it when they talk about the panties and the boobies. But other than that, more for a adult theme kind of movie. Very well animated. Storyline was fascinating in that sense of sci-fi, and characters were just very intriguing to me, so to speak. Could have been a little bit longer, in my opinion, and explain some of the parts that didn't quite make sense to me. But all in all, yeah, just living in the moment, enjoying time with the person you love, having that courage to be with them. That part was very sweet. All right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.